Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to the math module. So the math module is very important module, especially if you've been working with numbers. It allows us to perform arithmetic calculations such as trigonometric function, logarithm function, and many other calculations. So it is very important for beginners, especially to try to learn their way around Python to learn their module. So let's say you want to calculate, for instance, the square of a number. How you usually do, you just store the number in a variable and just print x double asterisk square, and you got 4. If you want to calculate x to the power of 4, you will also do the same thing by just changing here and get the result. But you can also get the same result using the math module. So let's go and see how we can do. All we have to do is just import the math module, and then we can store the result in the variable called data. It will be math dot to calculate the square of a number. We use power math dot power, and then it take a variable that will be x and then the exponent. We want to calculate the square of 2, so we just pass 2. And then we can just print down the data. We will have the same result. It should be 4. Here we go. So now, let's say you want to calculate also, you want to round a number, and let's say that's a decimal number. Let's say x equal 1.2, and you want to round to the next whole number. You want to round up. So how can you do that using the math module? You can just change power and use the ceil method and pass x. Let's go give us 2. You can also run down by using the floor method, and this time we give us 1. It run down to the next whole number. Now let's say you want to calculate also the absolute value of a number. To do that, you need to use the fabs method. Now it gives us the absolute value of -2, which is 2. Now there are many other method, but this is just an introduction. I will also give you one more bonus. Let's say you want to calculate the cost list of 90, for instance, and we could call data. So we could just say math dot cost x, and then we could just put data. So the result is negative 0.4. So this is in radian. If you want to calculate that in degree, we need to include here math dot radian and then take x. Now it will give us a result in radian. Now 6 to the negative 17 is close to 0, so this is 0. So that's it for the introduction. Now let's take it a little bit further by using the module to solve this small problem here. So we want to calculate the area of a circle and then the volume of a circle using the math module. So we can use a function called circle area, So we know the formula is pi r squared. So we need the radius because pi is already given. So we can pass radius here and then we can return something. So one thing about a function, you can either return something or you can print something. So we're going to return math. The formula is pi r squared. So to write pi using the module, using the math module, we just write math dot pi times radius. Actually, instead of just saying radius times radius times math dot pi, and then the variable is radius power 2. So this is pi r squared. So now we need also to calculate the volume. So we're going to use another function called circle volume. We're also going to pass the radius. So it will be equal pi r squared. So since we have pi r squared in both calculation, we're just going to replace pi r squared by the area of the circle. So we use a variable called a, and we can store the result of circle area. Then we can return a times, actually it's actually h. So this time we're going to replace that by the height. So it's going to take both the radius and the height. So we're going to return the area of a circle times the height. So this is the height. So now we can use the main function to prompt the user to enter the radius. Now you don't have to do it like this. It's just to make the code readable and a lot more easier. So we can prompt the user now to enter the radius. So we're gonna put that in the float. Enter circle radius. And then the height. Do the same thing. Enter circle height. So after that, we can call now the circle area function. So we're gonna print the area of the circle is circle area radius. Then we go round that to 2 decimals. Then we can also print down here The volume of the circle is circle volume radius and the height. Height. Make sure that's the case. HT. So now we can call the main and check it out. Actually, let's run that also to 2 decimal. So let's go and call the function now. Enter radius so we can type 5. And then for the height, we can just type, let's say, 10. So the area of the circle is 78.54, and then the volume of the circle is 785. So that's it for the introduction of the module math. Thanks for watching.